are at the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix Tune-Up Party, and this place is amazing and crowded, and if you haven't been down here to see this, there's exotics and there's all kinds of special stuff, and we found something really special. Well, we didn't find it. This gentleman right here found it. So please introduce yourself, and then tell them a little bit about the car that we have.
I'm Andrew Finney from Stonington, Connecticut, and this is the first pre-production 928 ever built by Porsche. So before this car, there were some prototypes and there were some crash test cars that were built by the factory over a 5 or 6 year development period. And those cars were kept under secret, very hidden from the press, very secure area all through the development of these cars. And then in February of 1977, they had to hand build 12 cars to go to press launch at a hotel in Nice, France. In Nice, they had about 3 weeks to hand build 12 of these cars, and it was a big task. They had only built a few prototypes. There's no production line set up yet, and so they hand built the cars in a rush in a single room. And this is the first one of these cars. We call it number 1. It's the first car with a 9-digit VIN number of 928s, and it's a very unique car. It's full of hand-built features from the factory, and many pre-production details for the production cars. This one,
so you mentioned this is on the hand-built side of this. All this is laid up.
Yeah, there's many unique features. One of them being most of the interior panels are all handmade, and when I say interior panels, I don't mean the upholstery so much as the underlayments and the boards. They're all hand-laid fiberglass. When you pull the car apart, you can see a lot of handwritten notes, a lot of 001 numbering and pink crayon all over the car inside. It's unique that way. So the cars went to the press launch, and then some of the cars went on to become magazine stars. Went into many magazines of the era, Car and Driver, Road and Track, European magazines. This one was partially featured in Road and Track, Car and Driver, at the press launch, where they had some photographs taken of it with David E. Davis, and he drove it around, and Tony Lapine, who was a designer of the car.
And you've got some of those photographs back here.
Stuff like that. This particular car went to the hotel, and that's the photo. Yeah, the two upper photos down, some of the Car and Driver photos there are of this car. This car went to the hotel. It was a 3 or 4 week press launch, and then this one ended up going back to the factory for testing at White.
There's mine. I know.
We've got some handwritten notes.
I was thinking about every time I see it.
We've got some handwritten notes on top of the headliner board about the car going back to Weissach for testing and such. And it's kind of unknown what occurred with the car in the 2 years that Porsche owned it. After the press launch, the factory, it's a little bit unknown. After that, it went into, it's got sold into a Porsche dealership in Germany, in Hamburg. The dealership sticker is still on the windshield of the car today. And then went through a couple of owners in Germany, and then
the dealership sticker.
Yeah, and then a U.S. guy imported the car in 1983. He had the car many years, all the way until 2011. 83 to 11 was that owner, and then a couple of owners later, I ended up with the car. So it's got a great and interesting history. We're just starting off with it right now. There's a lot more to go.
You brought this up here because we're featuring the 928s in the Porsche show, and this is still an in-process piece piece of artwork. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. The car, it does still need a lot. It had kind of a hard life while it was in the U.S. with that one owner. It got federalized to come into the U.S., which meant a lot of holes cut in the car for lights, and things of that nature. It had a minor accident damage. The car sat outside for many years. It had a hard go, and I don't think the guy fully understood what he had, unfortunately. But now we know what it is now, and that's not going to happen anymore.